let's do a clap. All together.
All together there.
3. We're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Who's doing the intro?
You. 3, 2, 1.
Nah, you do it.
All right, fine. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Friendly Jimmy's podcast. This fine, whatever month it is, day.
Is that acceptable or do we do it again? I feel like that was pretty lackluster.
Pass with flying colours. I mean, that's more than I know about the day.
Oh, you do it then.
Thanks for reminding me.
3, 2, 1. No, but the whole point of the fucking... Come at the same time. 3, 2,
like drama.
1.
Welcome to the Friendlyjordies podcast on this fine evening. I hope y'all are doing well.
Guess what we're starting with?
With a question from our pre-show, which we kept for... what do you want to start with?
Well, that was pretty cool, actually. Ali,
I have gifts.
Oh, well, we got to start with that.
Yeah. Gifts from me.
2.
Oh!
I bet you it's like cookies.
To use.
Yep. Okay, well, it's out of an IGA bag, so that gives a lot of it away.
Hope you like V. No, what's the shit you're drinking? Red
It's
Bull.
meant to be a Power Ranger knockoff toy.
Hope you like Red Bulls.
Well, you got Red Bulls.
And yeah, maybe. Look, boys, the time has finally come. Gifts galore. Hold them up.
Oh, right. He's given us the merchandise that he can't get rid of in his garage.
Shit,
Thank
I
you,
do
Mr.
love it. I didn't like a good gift.
Finally. And there's more. Catch. There's more.
Dude, that's a
Look.
good shirt.
Hey, you got badges.
I got fucking pins. Point at the Geordies at the camera.
Look at that.
Jeez, it's small.
It's got some weight to it.
It cost
You know
me.
who'd like this?
Who?
Retirees.
Talk about voting polls, like
Yeah.
vote Forest Hall.
And also, can you explain, why is there a half-eaten pie on the front?
Look, in very much my fashion, there's no explanation.
I ate the other.
I just needed a logo. And look, let's be honest, it's just because that is my brain. I was like, what are we going to do? And I was like, it's lunchtime.
Dude,
let's just
how do
put a
you
pie
wear
on
this?
it. You put it in, and then you put that at the back. So you put the pie. You know what I mean?
that's
Yeah.
You know what? You think about food more than a Labrador.
For sure.
And I think that's all they think about. I think the
Yeah,
way that they
it's
breed
fucked.
Labradors is like
so
pandas.
bad.
They have to take the sperm out of them.
Hell fucking yeah, boys. Now, this is the funniest part. Available not anywhere yet. So just DM me on Instagram if you want one. And having
Dude, it's not weed. You can sell it.
no, I know, but I haven't put it on
Viber.
I haven't put it on Bandcamp yet. And there is another question I had, Ali, and to the audience too. It's like official Forest Hall merch out for the first time ever. We've pretty much only got smalls and mediums. And Ali, I was going to ask if you could make more for me.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, sick.
You gotta send me a high quality version of a design.
Yes.
I've got it. I'll email it to you.
Can you do an extensive marketing course for your standards, which would be to look up the definition of marketing? Just at least understand what the concept is.
I know the timing here is bad. I haven't put it on Bandcamp. But what's the difference? Like, they can still, if you want it, DM me on Instagram. I hope you're a small or a medium. There'll be more coming soon. I gave away a lot of them for free to friends that wanted me.
Why would you do that?
Well, they asked.
Did you know
This is
who
amazing.
Jordan? Do you know who Jordan gives a free shirt to? I can't remember, but it was in one of his shows. I think it was in Brisbane. Some guy on a wheelchair comes and he's like telling him like this incredibly sad story. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But he got like abused and it made the whole thing really awkward.
Yeah.
And Jordan was like, well, here's a free shirt. That's the only person that he gave a free shirt to.
I'm going to put it here so people remember.
And Miss Love gives a free shirt to anyone who asks. So if you want the,
That's not gonna work.
cheat to getting it, you just have to DM, can I have it for free? And he will respond with a prompt 2 day later answer of, yeah, man. No. And then not send it. But you're not out of pocket as a result.
I don't want...
Yeah, he'll pay for the shipping too.
They're $30
if
bucks.
it comes at all.
They're $30 because I gotta make that money back. But like, it's just mates were just like, can I have one? I'm like, I don't see why not. But the thing is,
So you're already out of pocket.
He's running.
Do you
We're
realize
gonna
the
make it
point
back.
of merchandise is to make money?
I'm figuring this out.
It's not so that you have no money. Like, you know how you had 83 cents in your bank account when you were 26?
Oh, dude, I was in
Aim of
minus.
life is to have more.
I'm working my way towards it. I was minus 55 cents when we were at FBI. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. How did you get minus?
I don't know, but it's almost, you almost get proud of it.
Well,
when
so
it gets to minus, you're like, yeah, no, I'm happy. It's like zero's bad, but minus, like, there's numbers there.
So what happened? The electronic machine, when you bought a hot dog, felt sorry for you.
I don't know how it works.
The bank can handle that.
I don't know how. I think that's what happens. I think like there's a certain point where Westpac's just like, just give him his ghost drops, you know?
Yeah, it does. I do remember those days when Miss Love was like, man, Vietnamese rolls are $5.
I remember
Ain't
saying
that
that.
something? And I was like, damn, this guy is poor.
I remember that. I remember that exactly. I was like, salad rolls, boy. Mark my words.
It's the next big thing.
But no, look, yes, limited release, but 30.
It's not released yet.
No, just message me. Just message me. It's not official. Just message me. But $30. The pins are $8. But Ali, it was Jordan's idea. Was like, you just get Ali to make him. Can I just email you the design and you get your?
Yeah, dude, you know what the other thing is? Let me look at your design. Your design would be cheap to make. You could actually sell it at $30 for a profit.
Yeah, I just did it because
You could sell that at $5 for a profit. Let's be honest.
You wouldn't be able to sell it. The shirt will probably. We'll talk about.
we'll talk about it. But like, we'll talk. And this was just a.
Ali, just so you know, that's not a real pie.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay,
gonna eat it.
so I really don't see where the expense is. Is this texture? Is this even?
No, it's not
Is this
texter.
even a print?
We did it. It's that
Yeah, he
we.
drew it with a marker.
No. We hand.
Every shirt that he's giving to his friends for free.
No, the Forest Hall shirts, dude. We did it DIY. We went to some person's factory and we had to cut. We had to do a. What do you call it? Like a. I don't know. We put it on some screen and we're like, and had to hand do each one. So like, I'd rather
You
not
went
do
to
that
someone else's factory
Yes.
and did their job for them.
by hand. Yes.
Well, that's why you get to sell it for $30. How much did each shirt cost you?
like
You
not
need
much.
to know this.
Jesus.
I know you don't know it, but you need to know.
Can I tell you
this.
something?
It's my first
You're
time.
not the best in the world of business.
I'll take that. I know that. But nevertheless, we're going to get around it. Dude, it's taken me a long time just to get this run. So, like, I'm happy, and Ali's going to help me with the next one, isn't he? Aren't you, Ali?
Yeah, I will.
And just so you know, I thought we'd be low on content, and I got an Easter show present. So if we're really desperate, the classic extra sour. If we're ever low on,
Ooh.
you know, if we're low.
Dude, this will wake me up.
Do it. Let's all do one each.
Yeah, have a go.
Let's all-
I can't do
You
it.
have to.
Nah.
You have to.
Can't.
Jordan, you have to. There's no Jordan.
Okay, but before we do
You
this,
ate fish food. Eat one.
Jordan, can you eat it and then
Do
answer
people
this
like
question?
the shirts? Do you like them?
They're saying that this is the best shirt I've ever seen.
Don't lie. They're being
They're
ironic.
being ironic, aren't they? I know what you're up to.
I know what you're up to.
They're saying
I would
he's trying
appreciate
his
no
best.
rudeness.
I am trying my best.
That is absolutely true. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Miss Love's best.
It is my best. It's taken a lot to get to this. DM me on Instagram, and soon I'll just tell you when they're on Bandcamp.
Green Cordial says Miss start a business podcast and then can't control himself, so he also writes lol.
Wait, what do you mean?
He's saying, how good would that be?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Biz Bites with Miss Love Bella Bradley.
He couldn't
The
keep a
logo is
straight
also
face.
a pie. And then it's you sitting there just being like, what is business? I forgot to look up the definition.
Dude, there's way too many people watching this podcast right now for this conversation. So can we move
let's
to the
move
question?
on.
I don't know. It's pretty prime.
It's
I've gotta
pretty good.
say, I'm pretty.
Do you like the pin?
There's like 1,000 people listening.
Yes, I
watching.
do. I do like the bin. I do
Hand-drawn.
not like your distribution method.
I know, neither do I, dude. But like, Ali's gonna help me. We're gonna do more. We're gonna
Yeah,
do more.
we'll do all right. Okay.
Down the hatch.
question was that we want to start with this podcast with.
We can do these later. It doesn't matter.
This came to us during the pre-show and we kept it for the podcast. Hey Jordan, Alan Jones has predicted that the election will be won by Labour from seats in WA, South Australia, New South Wales, and Queensland. And from insider polling drops I got from some guy on Poll Bludger has as of last week predicted Labour winning plus 80 seats. And latest news poll shows Labour leading 53-47, and Labour's primary vote went up went up to the point at 38%, and I think that polling lead will widen for Labour from here on.
Dang.
That's amazing. That actually does fill me with a lot of optimism, and it's not poll bludger, it's Alan Jones. He is a beast at calling elections.
He's
the best. Anyone like this Anthony Green shit, just ABC, get over it. First off, he's not a real leprechaun. He's just short.
Hey, are we all doing this? Down the hatch.
Well, I kind of needed to wake up.
Fuck it, let's do it. It'll be a bit of fun.
Oh, man. All right.
Good flavour.
All right.
Oh!
Okay, I'd rather if I just swallowed like one of those wasabi toothpaste things.
It wasn't actually that bad. Hey.
Oh, it was bad.
They're reducing the sourness these
Yeah,
days.
they did
This is
reduce
supposed to
the
be
sourness.
extra. Anyway.
And it goes away real quick. But
Kids these days, eh?
No, pathetic.
what Albo was saying was that if he wins WA, he thinks he's got a road to victory. How does that work? Why WA? I thought like Queensland was the big one.
No. Queensland's not going to vote for the Labor Party, so they only have one path. I do like how in America there's infinite paths. There's as many ways to win the US election as there is chess moves. But in Australia, it's kind of just like, okay, east side, nah, that's not working. West side, nah, you feel short. Thanks, that's all we've got.
Really?
That's all we've got. And I was saying the same thing at the beginning. It's WA and South Australia. That's where you're going to see movement. If you see it
So
anywhere.
WA historic. What happened last time? Did they vote for ScoMo?
Oh, yeah. They let us down hard. All of the greatest states let down the Labor Party. It's always the scummy ones, like
really?
Tasmania and Victoria.
What? Carry
And also, look, New South Wales is one of the scummy states, and it also lets down the Labor Party. But, yeah, look, WA, if they're on board, that's good. Especially because Mark McGowan is like this with Anthony Albanese. You know how usually if someone is an unpopular candidate, the Premier's just saying like, man, I got my own race to run, and they just keep away from them. The fact that he is running with him is a good sign. Whereas Scott Morrison is there by himself. I mean, I haven't even really seen him with Josh Frydenberg. That's his number two,
Dude,
man.
actually-
and he doesn't want to be seen with
They're
him.
saying that Frydenberg is going to lose his seat.
I hope so. That would really screw the prospects of the Liberal Party for
Really?
a generation.
Nah, you know what? It would make it better for them because I'm telling you, if Albo wins, it's a no-brainer. Make Peter Dutton the opposition leader, and he will win you the election. And then he'll be a horrible prime minister and ruin it for Liberal. He'll be like a Tony Abbott figure, but as an opposition leader, he'll be good for them. He'll be evil, and it will destroy this country. But as a
Yeah,
political
he'd be an
strategy,
extremely effective
he's
opposition
the
leader.
worst choice, from my opinion. But like realistically speaking, I think he'll be an excellent opposition leader for them.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying. You keep in Josh Frydenberg, he's going to chuck a Malcolm Turnbull, and he's going to take it away from Dutton within 2 years, and he is somebody that could stick in for a couple of terms.
Dude, not if he loses his seat. In that case,
That's
he's
what I'm
like,
saying.
His life is going to be horrible. He'll be some consultant for the $4 million job. Poor man.
Yeah.
Do you think he would?
Yeah.
Or do you think he'll just stand out on the street for like staring at a blank wall and be like, you should do something with your life? He's like, I am doing something. And everyone just backs away kind of scared.
I'm in a fish and chip shop. La 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 la.
No. He's going to be working.
Such a murderous stare. Have you seen the red in that man's eyes?
Right. Dude, but
This is my
Frydenberg-
guess. This is what he'll be doing. He'll be working as a director for Pilbara Minerals, advising them on how to transition for $4 million a year.
To gas.
To gas.
Clean energy.
Yeah, that's awesome if that's the case. But I do need to outline this. 80 seats is still a slim majority.
Yeah,
I'm
but come on,
learning.
let's be realistic.
80 seems like a lot to you.
Just does. Well, I'm
You
charging.
made 80 shirts.
I made
and
80.
now you've got 30.
I made
How many
30 shirts.
How many seats are there?
Oh my God. Can you imagine if Labor got one for each shirt? The greatest predictor of them all. This, still questionably if it was print or texter, Available on Miss Love's Instagram. If you message him privately, he's not even going to put it up. You can't even bother to take a photo of it on his Instagram. You haven't even thought about that, have you?
No, I have, but the thing is...
Yo, 80 is
It's
a
just
lot.
very convenient that there's a microphone in front of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't move a single one.
No,
Not
listen.
one. And all these bum friends of yours.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I
What
mean-
is this?
They're all right. You know, like, a lot of them have they helped in their own way, you know? So I was like, well, it's the least I could do, you know? And also friends, girlfriends, and, you know, don't want to be a dick.
Didn't help at all.
They were there in spirit.
Right.
No, but the problem
Dude, 80
is...
is heaps. What are you talking about? There's like a total of 151 seats in the parliament.
Yeah, which means that a majority is 67.
Yeah.
Or 76.
Slow down,
76.
Jack.
Are you including what's his name, the senators in this too?
No, this is for lower house. 80 seats in the lower house, that is a majority of 4 seats.
Oh, that's so
That is
sweet.
deplorable.
Dude, there's no
Two
whole
just sent...
parliament.
Sorry to interrupt, but Two just sent a sweet photo of her dinner and said thank you very much.
Give me that.
Sorry.
Thanks for that.
Well, I just thought it was appropriate
Very
to share.
distracting. Dude, Adam.
You like that?
You're a very nice man, miss. My girlfriend was feeling sick, so I got Miss Love to be a Meals on Wheels nurse, which is really what he should be in life anyway.
Absolutely. Make a 3-course dinner.
That looks. You made her chicken wings too.
Yeah.
Sick.
Anyway, back to how many seats it takes.
There's a thing that Adam Bant from The Green said that I want to get your take on. Cause
Google it,
the
mate.
Way, the way he said it, no,
Oh,
not
so
that.
sassy.
Not that.
How annoying was
that? Was
that?
good.
No, it wasn't.
was
Like
good.
I thought
It
when I
really-
read it in print, okay, that's really boss. And then I heard him say it. And then I was
Yeah,
just like,
because his
Adam,
demeanor.
come on, Adam. You and Chris Pine, please. Come out of the closet. Come on. He is though, like, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, this is a weird.
We're going to the segment
that
of
wasn't my
cooking with Ali.
My question. So what Adam Bant said.
What the hell was that response at the end? Just like, we should be aiming for the stars. Don't bring me down with stats. Remember that?
He was on.
No
I
one
didn't
remembers
see it.
that part.
He was on Lee Sales, and he was asked about. I know Lee
He was
Sales.
on Lee Sales.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't watch
shit.
any of this. I read it all in print. So I read it in print, the transcript. And it was like, Lee Sales asked him, I know it's too early and you guys haven't decided, but what's your take on the preferential voting? Who's going to get the preferential voting? And he said something which was like, yeah, that makes sense. He was like, we give them like a handout and we can say like, this is how you vote, but people don't follow that. What's this whole deal about like parties deciding who the preferential voting goes to when it's not even up to them? It's just like,
It is up to them.
but so
And it
how many,
works.
how many people look at that and like follow it exactly?
When it comes to the Greens in New South Wales, it's 50%. 50% of them follow exactly what the pamphlet says.
Why?
So don't give me this, oh, it does absolutely nothing.
No, okay, for example, those people that you're talking about who were ex-Labor voters and then moved to One Nation or UAP, they're not going to vote Liberal as their second because their second would be Labor.
Well, this is the whole genius of what Clive Palmer's saying about his preferences, where he says, I'm just putting them all last. And then you see all these geniuses online that have figured out, oh, we should put the majors last. But my question is, which major is going to be last? Because if you're saying, oh, I'm going to be putting the Greens ahead of Labor and Liberal, you're putting Labor on 6th. That's what you're doing, Clive. Just say it. Just say it.
I'm done.
It's just for later. It's the last ones.
So, wait, okay, so if that's a sizable number. If you're saying that 50% of the voters follow it exactly
In
the
New
way
South
it is,
Wales. I don't know about federally.
well, still, that's a good sample. It's the largest state in the country in terms of population before WA gets pissed. So Adam Bant's full of shit then.
Well, I mean, I've been trying to say that for years. But I will say this, though. He's been playing the game a lot better than Richard Di Natale has. And I think a lot of it boils down to Adam Bant wears a suit instead of a black skivvy and takes a photo of him on Good Weekend riding a Vespa.
Dude, the other thing I tell you,
I mean, could you vote for him? You're really only appealing to the core Green voting bloc.
How
there.
good's Good Weekend, dude? I used to scour that when I was in high school, being like, there's about an article on the Vines, and better luck next week.
Yeah, every week instead. Oh, Jermaine Greer again.
I don't know. Yeah.
She doesn't get enough coverage. And also that chick that you were making fun of before.
Who?
I think her name is Jane Caro, the one from the Reason Party.
The Reason Party, yeah.
I've been seeing that the Murdoch press has been doing hit pieces on her.
Oh, really? I don't know anything about the Reason Party. I just thought it was a very funny, photograph.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Sounds reasonable.
I've got. Sorry, I
Go
keep
on.
bringing in one more question.
No, go.
And this is very pertinent. So they increased the cash rate today.
And what is it, man?
It's actually fuck all. It's 0.35%, which means that if you have a mortgage of under 500,000, you're going to be paying like $60 a month extra, and if it's close to like $1 million, you'd be paying like $160 or $130 extra a month, which I think is like a precursor because I think there's been an issue where the RBA was in an uncomfortable position. Once the inflation figures came out, they're like, okay, we need to increase the cash rate. But Scott Morrison was like, you're going to kill me. Like, you can't do it just before an election. And RBA was like, well, I do understand that, and we ideally wouldn't want to do that. But the thing is, inflation's off the hook, and we need to do something about it, like, now. And so I think this 0.35% might be pre-election, and post-election, they might increase it to, like, 2% or something, which means that your monthly thing could go up to, like, $200 or something, $200-$300. This is my guess. I don't know. Right now it's 0.35, but I can't imagine that that this is the grand scheme of like 0.35%. It's going to go up to like, some people say even 4%, which is kind of scary.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Cash economy.
What?
Where 96% of transactions are still digital.
Yeah, but it's
we're a digital country. We are Monopoly 2000. That's our economy.
It's just the interest rate. The cash rate is another word for the interest rate. So it doesn't have to be cash itself. But it's how much money the government charges you for borrowing money. It's been, for the last decade, it's been zero. Which means, like, post the 2008 recession, they were like, oh shit, we need investment. How do we get investment? We need to make the banks borrow money from the Reserve Bank at zero interest. And that would boost investment. And then now we've reached a point where, like, first of all, that's been exhausted, isn't doing much. Secondly, inflation keeps rising, and in order to control that, you've got to, like, increase the interest rate. The only problem that RBA was facing, they would have done it before, was that wages aren't growing. So they're like, how the hell do we, like, increase the interest rate at a time when the population is getting poorer, even though inflation's going up? The only people that are benefiting out of it is like massive house owners. But if you're on like a job, I was telling you this today, and these are damning. Like, I was looking at purchase power parity, which is
PPP.
PPP. It's, in other words, miss, it's let's say you've got $10 right in your pocket. How much that $10 is worth? So if
not much these days. Let me bloody tell you.
If you're living in like a third world country, that $10 might have a value of $50.
Yeah.
But if you're living in like in Australia, that $10 might actually have an $8 value. Anyways, I was looking at I was looking at Australia in the rankings, and I just stumbled upon this, and I was shocked. Most countries, first of all, overwhelming majority of the countries, if your per capita income is $60,000, which it's not for most countries, but let's say it was $60,000. Then your purchase power parity would be somewhere around $70,000. That'd be the average. Mm-hmm. Australian per capita income was around $66,000, and the purchase power parity was $50,000. Which means that $66,000 in Australia is only worth $50,000 in reality. In contrast to America, which has also faced exponential inflation, their per capita income was, I'm not remembering the exact figures, but I'm remembering the difference correct. It was like, let's say like $63,000. The purchase power was $61,000, which is just $2,000, as opposed to $15,000, which is ours. They recently did some study where in the last decade, Australians have become $10,000 poorer a year.
Fuck. Not just me, eh?
This is.
Damn, that's something that Albo needs to start repeating.
I think he's.
Yeah.
He just needs to run a bunch of ads saying, under the Liberals, you are $10,000 a year poorer.
Fuck.
And this is, but he'll have to fucking explain to them because the person's gonna be like, but that is the fact.
Really?
We are getting poorer, and they always talk about like, well, inflation's increasing everywhere. Yes, but so are wages.
Could labor
and so
increase
is their
wages?
purchase power parity.
Could labor increase wages?
Labor, well, this is the other thing. I think labor can increase wages. There's ways to do that. First of all, tomorrow is a teacher's strike
Again.
for teachers to increase their wages, and the government is saying that we were not going to increase your wages, or we're going to only increase it a little bit. They're not increasing them as per the inflation. And that's stupid. Inflation is increasing. You increase their wages, that's going to force the private schools to pay their people even more because they're competing with the government wages. Because at one point, you're going to have the private schools giving you less money than a public school, and the public school not only gives you more money, but it's also giving you like way better job security. So the private schools are going to automatically have to raise their wages to attract human resources. And so these are things that labor can do. Instead of like, and Dominic has been like negotiating this with the teachers for so long, where he should just fucking do it. Because if there was any justification for increasing wages for teachers, it's now when inflation has gone up. And other people that are in the private sector that look at like teachers go, oh, why do they get more money? It's like, it's going to help you eventually, dickhead. It's not like competition. Once their wages go up, it's going to have a trickle effect on other places, and you can demand your employer to increase your wages.
Yeah.
Also, I think once like we're reaching the full employment sort of level where our unemployment level is going down, when it reaches in America, the reason why their wages have gone up is because there's a dearth of employees. Businesses are looking for employees and there's not enough. So in order to attract them, they have to raise wages. Australia hasn't gotten there, but if labor comes in and actually manages the economy well, they could start pushing the wages up.
Okay.
And I think the RBA interest rate is going to help that, because once mortgages go up, there's going to be added pressure on employers to increase wages, because people are going to be, again, not only are they getting $10,000 poorer, but this is going to make it even worse. Wages have to go up. There's no other way for them, no other place for them to go.
If the Liberals win, they're not going to go up.
Well, they need to go up significantly, and I'm confident about this. I think wages will go up even if Liberal comes in, because it's out of their hands, but not at the level that Labor could do it. Because if you manage this right, then you could get your purchase power parity to equal what the amount of money that you have. I think that is possible. It just needs good economics, which Liberals don't have. But I think certain amount of wages will go up, either whoever comes in.
You know what else is insane? The fact that they are saying that the Liberal Party is more or less saying your wages need to stay down for the good of the country.
That is bullshit.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Because like even my missus was like, she's going to the strike tomorrow because she's a teacher. And she was saying that, I do understand the point that we're in like this recession and maybe we don't deserve extra.
Greedy.
And I was like, no, like this will be good, not just for you, it'll be good for the rest of us too.
Yeah.
You need to demand this. And Dominic needs to fucking do it already.
Yeah.
They're asking, dude, the teachers' demands are so reasonable. They've got like 3 or 4 demands. Tell me if any of them are bad. 1, we've talked about increasing the wages. 2nd, you need a better student-to-teacher ratio, meaning that more teachers...
Instead of cramming 50 kids in a
Instead of
class.
cramming 50... Very reasonable. And lastly, you'd think that this is something that the teachers wouldn't go for, but the teachers' union is saying, can you increase the standard of teachers? We're getting teachers that suck at their job. Because you need to get like a 48 HSC to get into a teaching degree. We need to make this into like a proper profession where like, if not the best, then at least above average students come into teaching. That's how your kids are going to be better educated.
And all the dumb people just go into substitute teaching. That was always the out for people that just aren't ready for the A-leagues.
Yeah, teaching's definitely like not seen as a sort of not even a respectable job now. It's kind of like, oh, I could teach.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
Which is the worst.
Didn't used to be like this.
And they're
That was
trying to
pretty
fix
similar.
that.
Yeah, it was pretty...
But it's not
don't think
as
we ever
bad.
respected him.
Not as bad, you know. Back then,
Yeah.
it was kind of more respected.
I do remember a time when my teachers knew things, some of them.
Yes.
Instead of just yelling, put your phone down.
We did go to a public school, though, so it's not a good metric.
There you are. And now that I think about it, 1 or 2 teachers knew some things.
Yeah, like the history department and geography.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them always talked about their failed acting prospects.
Well, that was
Well,
probably
you
the
guys-
performing arts
You
side.
guys, did go to Newtown.
I could have been
Performing Arts.
great. Yes, we all believe you.
Yes. You only could be typecast as the Penguin in Batman. And the problem with that is that usually goes to a good actor.
Yeah, we've heard enough about Moulin Rouge. We get it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. And on top of that, we're only saying that so we can go back to learning. It's not that great.
It's not that good.
Stop trying to weave Moulin Rouge into the curriculum.
So
There's
much
barely
Moulin
any English.
Rouge
Hey,
in the curriculum.
Someone said, I feel like shit because I'm studying education at the moment, and so many of my classmates are dead shits who got 40 on their HSC.
Why is
Well, what
it so
did you
low?
55.
What'd
you get?
Hey,
What'd you get? Tell us.
69 right here. Proud.
If Miss can do it, so can you.
Exactly.
All right? So here's what you need to do. You need to replace studying with watching repeats of Bernie Mac.
Doctor feels okay.
He got 69, and I'm pretty sure that he thought the curriculum was watching Judge Judy.
Let's not start this again. I
was legal
studied
studies for him.
I studied harder than you. Remember we settled this.
That's right, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because he studied for the last 7 days or something.
No.
No, he didn't even do that.
Fuck off.
I remember the last day of school. It was muck-up day. He came at 2 p.m. Remember, school finishes at 3:30. He came at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I forgot about
on the
that.
last day when it's the fun day. Where
Was
you're
it?
running around,
Okay, yeah.
spraying each other with silly string, and then he comes and he's like, "Why is everyone having fun without me?" And I was like, "I'll explain this to you because you decided to watch According to Jim."
No regrets.
9.
No regrets. As if I was late.
You were late. I remember it.
Really?
I remember it so well.
Really?
Yes.
I did sleep in for one exam.
And you still got 69.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I was like, and I think it was music.
Can you imagine?
It was music. It was my
what?
only chance, and I was too scared to ever find out what happened with that. I was like, get an average, and I was just like, I sort of kind of got a semi non-answer, and then I was just like, if I ignore the problem, it'll go away. And
Can you imagine? That man almost got 70. Can you imagine what you would have to do to get a 45?
Oh my god! And imagine
Fuck off.
this guy got a 70, and he would be chosen by any school to do teaching,
I got 91 in
ducked
music.
into
any
teachers.
uni.
Hey,
and can you imagine Miss Love as a teacher?
Yeah, miss, come on.
That'd be
hey,
great.
Do you think you'd be good?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be a champ and all the kids would want to play handball with you, and you wouldn't because you'd fall asleep on your desk,
I'd
so
be
you'd never have
fine.
a chance.
I'd be fine.
You
I'd be
reckon?
fine. They give you a fucking textbook, you read the fucking bullshit, you know? Done.
That's the problem.
Not
I think
every
you have to
school is like
prepare for
Patch
classes.
Adams. That is not every school situation, a Hollywood movie, you know?
Such a confident call.
Like, I don't think your girlfriend's going in and inspiring a generation. I think she's just a prison warden at this point.
Yeah, but that's because she goes to one of the most dangerous schools in the country. Yeah.
Well, with that attitude,
I mean, honestly, it'd be safer if she worked at Parkley. So, yeah, she's a prison warden, but
Yeah.
not every school
no, I know.
is filled with people that were celebrating the teacher getting beheaded in France. Not everyone.
Jesus
Some of them.
Christ. Our teachers need our respect and support. Why is the fish? Did you poo in the fish tank?
You really don't think much of me, do you, miss? Yes, I took a dump in my most prized possession. Yes, that's what I did.
Moving
Stop
on.
exposing my embarrassing secrets online.
Do you guys want to talk about Megan Fox finally admitting that she drinks her boyfriend's blood?
Is there
Look,
anything
I'm
else
not
to add?
surprised.
What's there to add to
Would
that?
that make their relationship stronger?
It's inconsequential.
And I suppose they both drink each other's blood.
They drink
But look
each
at
other's
them.
something
Of course
else.
they drink
course they do.
each other's blood.
They
Would you, okay,
Hell,
Miss,
they're
Miss,
heroin addicts.
Miss, okay. I'm giving you a scenario. Megan Fox
yeah.
is your girlfriend.
Is this a hypothetical?
No,
Yes.
it's a realistic situation. Megan Fox is your girlfriend.
Okay. Good, because now I'm interested.
And
you know?
she
And actually, looking at Megan Fox's boyfriend, is Megan Fox Miss Love's girlfriend?
that is true.
Wait, what do you what?
It
He just looks like you with hair.
Dude, I'm a bit fatter than that
is
cunt now.
Machine Gun Kelly, is he supposed to be a rapper? I don't.
Yeah, I guess he sucks.
Anyways, the point is,
Yeah,
in
go
this
on.
hypothetical,
Yeah.
Megan Fox is your girlfriend. You're Machine Gun Kelly, except that you're not actually. You're Miss Love and you're not famous. She asks you, she's like, "This is how you connect. We drink each other's blood.
Yeah.
Would you do it?"
Look, if I'm a girl, if I'm with her, then I'd be like, well, you know, we're already together. I'd be like, no, go. How about this? How about you go buy me a smoothie and I'll drink that. We'll drink a smoothie together. But if it's an ultimatum of like, tonight, blood or
No, that's like
nothing,
her thing. She's like, "That's how we connect. This means so much to me."
yeah, I'd say I connect with banana smoothies. And that's what.
And
I'd say.
she's gonna dump you because that's boring. Do you think Megan Fox would go out with someone that likes banana smoothies instead of blood?
It's really not about the act. It's about the person. You can sell, if you're a good salesman, you can sell a banana smoothie to.
If you can
to
eat
anyone.
blood sausages, you can eat Megan Fox's blood. You can drink her blood.
Look, if it was an ultimatum of like I said, if I'm with her, I'd be like, no, you're dope. But if it was like this or nothing, yeah, I'd probably chug a pint.
A pint.
I don't know.
I don't know if she's
She's
asking you to
offering
drink
a
a pint.
Well, whatever. If it's like that or nothing, sure.
She'd need the
Then
banana
again, she is
smoothie
very
after.
pale. Maybe it is a pint.
Jordan, would you do it?
No. No, I wouldn't know.
This guy can't eat blood sausage.
I look worse than
You
Machine
look
Gun
budget
Kelly.
Wolverine. But you wouldn't do it. Fuck, like you guys wouldn't do that for Megan Fox.
I just said I would.
Yeah, but Ali,
You wouldn't. You want banana smoothie.
Yeah, obviously I'd rather that.
you're not a good sample. For whether drink
You
Megan
eat brain
Fox's blood.
curry.
I mean, look, if Amber Heard did a dump on your bed and was like, eat it, you'd be like, I'm just getting nothing for it. You would do it. You would do it for sure.
Not the dump. No.
You know what? I think I'd probably rather eat someone's dump.
No.
I'd rather eat Megan Fox's dump than her blood.
You're fucked.
You're crazy.
I'm sorry,
You're
but like, are we doing
fucked.
blood tests beforehand?
What are you talking?
It's a real good way of getting AIDS.
Yeah, do a
I don't
blood
know
test.
if you can get AIDS like that.
I think you can. I think that's the best way.
You definitely
to get
can.
AIDS.
Drinking AIDS-infested liquid, yes.
No. I think like it doesn't have to go into your bloodstream.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but if
Shit, maybe he's
if
right.
you're drinking blood,
Surely.
I'm pretty sure some of it's going into your
someone-
bloodstream. Just a bit. You're having a pint.
Someone has
there
to-
might be some spillage.
Can someone please tell us?
Can someone tell us? Yeah, can someone answer that?
Probably only if you have ulcer or sores. That's a good point.
Okay, yeah. That would be leakage.
Lol, they don't know how AIDS transmits. We do, fucking.
Yeah, no, we don't.
And like
Sorry.
heroin
Needles.
and being gay. I get. The last one was a joke. But like, can you tell us if you drink blood of a person that is HIV positive or has AIDS, do you get it? Yeah, only if you have cuts in your mouth. So, well, yeah.
So yeah.
So
blood.
it needs to go into the bloodstream.
Blood.
That's what's happening.
So yeah, you'd be fine then.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, Jordan, you'd be fine. You can drink it.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any cuts or ulcers and shit.
So that's settled. So you would do it.
I think I'd do it, man. If I was
Drink it.
All right, ask him this.
what are we?
Poll time. Megan Fox's blood or Amber Heard shit?
There's a poll.
We need to know.
There's a poll.
We need to know. Am I
Let's see it.
crazy?
Let's see it. I obviously would go the blood because I'm not insane. But let's see if there's anyone that's
Yeah, but let's see.
insane.
Like, honestly, which one would make you sicker? I swear it's the blood.
Oh, God, dude. That's
Unless,
crazy.
of course, you have the exact same blood.
No,
If they're twins, and they might
No,
be.
we've just established it's not. That's an issue if it's
Megan
going into your
Fox's-
bloodstream. If it goes into your stomach, and you're fine.
Megan
Unless-
Fox's blood every
that
day.
can't be right.
No, it's true.
I would
Unless you
really
have.
like to ask a doctor other than randoms on Twitch called Buttlord48.
No, that's as good as a doctor. That's fine.
Blood for the blood god.
blood for the blood god.
Okay, how
Very
about,
good
How
Warhammer
about we
reference.
change the stakes a little bit?
Sorry. Yeah. What?
Megan, Amber Heard's turd or Megan Fox's period blood?
Okay, well, obviously it's the turd, surely. I mean, I was on the turd before the period blood, so
you just want to eat
this isn't
shit.
sweetening the
Is
deal.
that actually, because, it is like a kink for people.
Yes, Ali, I'm a German businessman. You got me. That's what I'm into.
Knew it.
Eating turds.
Oh,
Dude, everyone stop accusing me of, like, strange habits with turds on this podcast.
Nah,
Because that is such
It's
a
true. It's
weird
all
preference.
true.
99% of the people out there would choose blood over turd.
But don't people in
Means-
third world countries eat tourists' turds because they're so nutritious?
Are you
Well,
fucking
it's either going to them or plankton. Don't they?
one of the craziest things I've ever heard? You're saying that people in third
I'm
world...
helping
insane.
out.
You're insane.
You are
Hey, it's a sausage, basically.
Oh, I want my name off this pod.
That is so fucked up. You have no idea. And you think that people in third world are waiting for foreigners to come and shit so that they can
You've
eat
been
it.
in this office too long. That is not the
have.
sun.
It's not.
No, I know it looks like the sun.
Maybe I should walk outside once. Maybe.
Mother...
Actually, nah, miss, keep getting my groceries. I'm not leaving.
You changed your mind. I was close, but you just bounced straight back. Fuck.
That's definitely the worst thing that Jordan has ever said. I actually agree.
I agree with
And
that.
You know what's funny
That is
about
the
it?
worst thing he's
I think
ever
he
said.
genuinely believed that for a second. And then when we told him, he was like, oh yeah, I suppose that makes sense. That's not something that they would do.
You know what? It was
Dude.
because I just remember hearing some guy on a podcast say it once.
Of
I was
course.
like, well, that's clearly fact.
It's good. The problem with YouTube.
Doesn't poo have dead red blood cells?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, if it has dead red blood cells, then surely drinking blood would have blood
Yes, it has blood.
going into your blood.
Oh wait, someone supports you.
I don't know why I have to formulate sentences here.
Someone supports you. Nostalgic Banana says hepatitis B, C, and HIV are all diseases that could be contracted through ingesting infected blood. So it's safe to say, do not drink blood.
Infected is the
Thank you.
key word there.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're not going to get AIDS.
Yeah.
I
by
mean,
drinking
look at
someone's
Megan
blood that doesn't
Fox.
have
She's
AIDS.
infected.
Yeah, that's why pussy's itchy all the time.
We're not on the up
Okay,
late.
that's it, that's
We're
it,
not
that's
on
it.
the up
We're
late.
gonna-
No, but we're not in the up late. But somebody make the please. I want to see how
Poll,
bad
poll.
blood beats the turd.
Go on, poll.
We
Are they
need a
polling?
poll.
I don't think anyone knows how to
Do a poll.
Do a poll here.
For Christ's sake, there's 1,000 of you. All of you spent your entire life on Twitch. I know that 700 of you are disappointed that we're not some pale woman that's currently in a jacuzzi.
Including me.
Well, we all are.
Yeah.
If it sweetens the deal, Miss will take his shirt off.
Yeah. Look, I'll do anything for the views.
But come on, someone do it, please. I need to know.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a wipeout? Is it going to be 95-5? Because I honestly think it'll be a 52-48, a nice Labour projection win.
Labour
You
projection.
need mods to make a poll, and we have none this week, so there's no mods.
Oh, what?
Which is crazy because
What
like
the hell? What is
1,000
this
of you are
half-assed
watching this.
operation going on?
Get a rocket to do it instead.
You need mods, you geriatrics.
Well, what the hell? Can you, like
be a mod then.
Can you make a
have to
mod?
make a mod.
Aren't mods digital? Just make a mod.
I'll just make one of the randoms there a mod.
Just
Can
make
we
a
get
mod.
the Stig to make
Is
random
the Stig on?
mods?
Is the Stig on? Stig's not watching.
Hopefully.
You know what's funny? A couple of people have messaged me being like, you need to set some mods. And at the time I was like, yeah, we don't need that. So I guess I regret that. I guess.
Can we just make a general rule here? If you have suggestions for the pod, Don't ask me.
Yeah, only message me if you want my merch.
I've actually got something to. I've actually
You
got
ask
something
him
to talk
if you
about.
want him to do some weird, borderline pornographic things, and he will do that, and he will do it well.
John,
He's a hands-on man.
No jokes here, by the way. No jokes.
I've got something to talk about,
See, that's the way to make money.
and it's pertinent to your ideology and mine, and probably Miss Love's. Sri Lanka, you know how it's like bankrupt.
Okay, just give me this. Someone in Sri Lanka has eaten a tourist.
And joke's done.
It's not even a joke. I'm
done.
genuinely
No,
curious.
no one has. No one.
Why is that Panthera?
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, a fucking.
No, it is.
I'm not happy that they're doing it, but maybe it is.
I just don't think it's. I don't think that's happening.
It's raising awareness.
Dude, there's more nutrition in like wild grass. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
There's
opposed
grass in
to-
Sri Lanka.
No, there's no more nutrition in that.
for fuck's
If you're a tourist, what are you eating? Pink Atlantic salmon, lobster. You're having the time of your life. It's a nutrition bar.
Okay, dude. I feel like we can work on this joke, but you're
He's not
raising
joking.
awareness for a non-existent issue. So
All right. Well, look. I
will-
will
it'll
trust
cover-
your opinions
the-
on Sri Lanka a little more
I
than
think
mine.
the only country that is into that is I think the Japanese.
Maybe.
Don't you think
Well,
they
they're
would
into
be
everything.
Well, they
into,
live
like,
forever. There's something there.
That wasn't in Ikigai. Chapter 13 wasn't like deucing a deuce.
No, that was chapter 2, obviously.
And that's why he makes the big bucks. I like it.
Yeah, I was pretty
You
proud
brought
of
it
that.
back.
That was quite QI.
That was
of me.
the
Well
best
done.
joke that you've ever done.
So
Thank you.
Sri Lanka is bankrupt. There's a few reasons why that is, but one of the main reasons that they're saying is
They're
that's
Sri
what I-
Lanka.
Shut up. One of the main reasons is apparently Sri Lanka was one of the first countries to decide that they're only going to do farming through non-GMC
Shit.
and without pesticides and all of that stuff.
that
So they're
didn't
going to
work.
go
What?
fully organic.
Don't tell me it didn't work out.
Well, they're bankrupt, so you can tell. They're
Shit.
going to go fully organic. This was praised by the international community. And they apparently destroyed their agricultural sector as a consequence of that.
Why?
That's really bad.
Because apparently one of the things that they're saying, look, I'm no expert. You need to get that bold guy again to answer these questions. But sorry, what's his name? That was mean. But
You
That's
don't
fair.
need to know.
but they're saying that soil that is used to genetically modify, like Monsanto seeds, for the last 3 or 4 decades, cannot overnight switch to like plum tomatoes without pesticides. It doesn't work like
There's
that.
a loss.
The other thing is their productivity decreased dramatically, so
That makes sense.
It's not competitive.
Surely
it's not competitive.
someone in the bureauccy factored that in.
well, apparently they
That
didn't.
tomatoes aren't going to be as big.
Yeah.
Well, tomatoes I'm just making up, but if they're producing a lot less.
Yeah.
In some cases, they're not even producing at all, and
That's how nature is, baby.
But that's I want to emphasize that is not the only reason why they're bankrupt, but they're saying that that's one of the big reasons that they are.
Which I don't think would be the case. Surely. Are they still making enough food for themselves?
Probably, but they depend on export.
They depend on export, that's fine. But I would imagine also that it would probably be huge crushing foreign debt.
There's
That
that.
might help. No. It's the tomatoes are a little bit smaller. Yes.
There's that too, of course. Like they literally cannot afford pencils and paper for bureaucratic work at the moment because they're
Jesus.
so in debt and they've got
What are they doing? Stone
they've got
tablets?
no reserves. They're screwed.
But see, this is the thing, like going heirloom and small and organic and localized agriculture really has to start it has to supplement.
In a country that does not eat foreigners' turds, are you saying?
No, it has to supplement a sort of more streamlined agricultural sector in a wealthy country because people
That's
like
what you were saying.
what?
Okay, no, true.
No, I'm
I
just
think
saying.
so.
I'm saying that like it's gonna that there is a market for that in places like Australia because people want.
Yeah, but dude, okay, here's the
You know-
thing.
you know what I mean?
It's so risky for us. We produce a lot of a lot of grains and agriculture that we export to the. Not only is it just a risk for us, it's a risk for other countries that depend on our food supplies.
You're saying if we don't use GMO and stuff.
Well, no, I'm saying that like this sudden transition could really.
Dude, it's the same as green energy. You just got to work it in slowly.
Yeah, move to like gas and then eventually nuclear and then give up on green energy. Is that the plan?
No, just like you can't just switch it overnight. You can't change your whole agricultural economy overnight.
Yeah, the other thing that they were saying, some of the people that were that advocate like non-pesticide and non-GM agricultural produce say that the reason why Sri Lanka's in this mess is because the president wasn't actually committed to it. He was losing popularity. He wanted like international support. So he was like, this will get me international support.
It's a token gesture.
Apparently it was a token gesture. He just did it horribly.
Yeah, well,
He's really just auditioning to be the next host of Gardening Australia, isn't he? How is this like a... I'm sorry. If your economy relies on tomatoes being big,
it's
not problems. Other problems in the economy.
No, it's not that.
Tea. Export a lot of
tea as well. Sorry, my mistake.
But what is...
Ceylon tea. Apparently, most of their tea was exported to Russia and Ukraine, which didn't help them out.
Okay, well, guys, can we not turn this into GM not having GM?
This is a shit case study. It's a shit case study.
Such a bad case study.
I'm spilling it out. I think what Miss Love is right. I think the best case wouldn't be to look at Sri Lanka, which was already crippled and dead.
Exactly.
So many issues. Did for a token gesture.
And it was it's like the worst. It sucks. It's a shit example.
But you have to admit, it will reduce productivity.
Yeah, but
everyone knew that.
And that sucks for us, bro. Like, we depend on that money. Like, that is one of our shticks.
Not if you...
We produce a lot of, like, farm animals, grains.
It's a niche market, dude, and people want
Actually, you know what I found out, which was interesting? Oh, no, I found that out on your podcast, so I'm not going to say that.
I've got this cool YouTuber, man, I checked out. It's called Bad Empanada.
What, so you just... That's
well,
the end of
it. Because like I just realized it's something that I got from you,
which is coming out. I think it might have just been released.
But then most of the
my niece does that.
Most of the grains produced in the east coast of Australia is actually for animals on the east coast of Australia, whereas most of the grains that is exported comes from Western Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and I found that out on your pod, and I was about to tell you that, assuming that I learned it off of, like, I don't know, Joe Rogan or something.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Ali. I forgot about that, so I did learn something.
It was interesting, which means, like, most of our economy is dominated by, like, selling animals.
Live export. Oh, no.
Live, dead,
man,
whatever kind of export.
Come on. Like, our economy does not rely on cows getting shipped to Indonesia.
Surely it's coal.
It's not Indonesia, but like our economy.
No, you know what our economy relies on? Kmart.
What?
It just relies on massive service chains.
Oh.
Nah,
that's it. It's just it's serving this economy of other people that work in the service sector. It's this weird thing where they're like, if everybody works in Walmart, then everybody gets a discount at Walmart. Smart, right?
If there's anything our economy depends on,
it's not dumb.
Is mining exports.
Yeah.
But other than mining exports, animal.
You would be surprised. You would be surprised how little that actually contributes to the Australian economy.
You'd be surprised how much that contributes to the
Probably. I've been watching a lot of Australia Institute.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's one thing. You know, people don't talk about this, but in Australia, we actually had our own Elon and Twitter takeover thing. What's that guy who's this tech billionaire in Australia? He came up with
the long-haired guy.
He became, the long-haired guy.
I don't know his
He's
name.
this tech billionaire. He came up with some software that is wanted by so he's got a couple of $1 billion, and he just became the majority shareholder of AGL for the explicit purpose of making it green.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah,
Really?
And we're talking about like Twitter and Elon Musk, whereas like something so similar happened to that. I'm going to look up this thing.
Holy shit balls, baby.
AGL.
I am a real fan of these new billionaire 2.0s.
Yeah.
They are just so much more ethical than the old Venetian cabal that has been controlling the country for the last 1,000 years.
Yeah, look at this. Tech billionaire Mike Cannon Brooks becomes AGL's largest shareholder.
Shit.
Tech billionaire.
This is
Cannon
slightly
Brooks
more interesting than the blood topic.
has
Just slightly.
acquired
Speak for
11%
yourself.
of 11% of AGL Energy becoming the largest shareholder. In a letter sent to AGL's board of directors last night, Ken Brooks announced his private investment group, Grok Ventures, has purchased 11.28%.
Yeah, there's a reason that its share price isn't as high as Tesla.
Under the
Grok.
plan, the company's
I
coal-fired...
think the word you were looking for is Croc, the PlayStation game. You're a fool.
No, I was looking for Croc.
Whoever you are that just bought out AGL.
Because it's a crock of shit, probably.
And the mantle of greatest joke of the pod goes right back to where it belongs.
Yeah, the rightful owner.
Doth ye king of gags.
I'll take
So
it.
what he's doing is so this is a little technical, but what's basically happening is the way AGL wants to keep producing coal-fired power stations. However, they want to remove it from their AGL brand and make it into a different company, which means that there's a demerger proposed that would make coal-fired power stations under new banner Axel Energy and would continue to operate until 2045. This billionaire has bought these shares to vote against this demerger.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I think
That's cool.
Sick, dude.
That's a little bit better than buying Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
In terms of views, but actually, Neil Kolhatkar came up with a theory as to why Elon Musk is buying Twitter. And Twitch, mod yourself. I know that that's how it works. You just elect yourself to be a mod. We have nothing to do with it. Poll,
Mod it.
do you think that he's on the money with this?
I don't think they can poll, but anyway, screw it.
Poll. Yeah, look, a man can dream.
Yeah.
But he was saying that the reason Elon Musk sunk a third of his wealth into buying Twitter
That's how much he chucked into it.
was $45 billion.
I don't know how much it was
It's
worth.
not all his money. Dude, can I also make one point before you do that? I understand that a lot of people are pissed off about Elon buying it, but can we not pretend that Twitter was previously owned by like poor people or something?
Yeah.
Do you know who owned majority shareholders?
Some weird looking guy.
And like a Saudi prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden we're like, it's weird that such a rich man buys Twitter. It's like, it wasn't owned by poor cunts before. It was owned by rich people.
It wasn't owned by Vinny's.
It's owned by another rich person now, which is something that like, I don't know. It's my take, but continue.
Nah, fair call.
I hope that he buys Arsenal next.
That'd be great.
Just go the full
My
Saudi
team.
prince experience.
Yeah.
Owns several hundred inbred tigers. That's his entire zoo. I just really like them. But Neil was saying that the reason he bought it is because he realized that the Republicans are going to win the next election cycle in the US. And he thinks that if he buys Twitter and makes it somewhat amiable to Republicans, they, in exchange, will give him a lot of government subsidies for his projects, such as laser guns and travelling to the moon. All the things that distinguish a fully grown man from a 10-year-old.
Oh my god.
But what do you reckon? What do you reckon?
I think
it makes
I think it's
sense.
plausible, and if that's the reason, that's sad.
Why? That's way better than just buying it because you were pissed off that one of your tweets was taken down.
I thought he bought it for freedom of speech and ending censorship.
Elon Musk is
It's
playing
probably a B thing.
Elon Musk is playing a very dangerous game.
How's that?
Elon Musk is trying to, first of all, create these links with the American government through SpaceX, where like he's pitched basically SpaceX has, you know how it has an official tie-up with NASA.
Yeah.
So SpaceX success is NASA's success because NASA is outsourcing a lot of their stuff to SpaceX, which means it's if SpaceX fails, the American government fails, which means that SpaceX will never fail. On the other hand, so this is if we can't work for SpaceX, you have to be an American citizen.
Speak for yourself. Go on.
Don't
you an American
rain on
citizen?
Mislav's parade, okay? This
You don't
is
know
the
everything about me.
Internet genius that came up with very poorly Xerox shirts that are available exclusively on his Instagram
They're not-
if you become a friend of his and he follows you back.
they're not Xerox. They're hand screen printed. Thank you very much.
Come on.
Care to refract your state?
I'll retract it, but I've got a lot of images of you hanging around a bunch of illegal Indonesian citizens in a factory somewhere in southeast Sydney. Is that what happened?
show us. What are you talking about? You have dirt on me with my factory.
I don't have dirt on your factory. I'm a big fan of that.
Right.
That you just sitting down there and someone's yelling at you and you'll be like, I can't understand what you're saying. And they're your manager.
I got the job done, didn't I?
Sort of. Yeah.
Hey, let me finish my point.
Sorry, yeah,
Halfway
we'll go.
through.
Sorry.
So on one hand, he's got that SpaceX tie-up with the American government, which is kind of showing. And he's also doing shit like when Ukraine was invaded, he was like, yeah, I'm going to set up like a SpaceX satellite for you. So he's really towing American national interests on one hand. And then his other big company, Tesla, which aims to produce 10% of all electric cars by whatever fucking thing, it's mostly produced in China. And he has really good relationships with China. So he is getting these Teslas manufactured in China, selling it to like in markets like India and all of the other stuff. And he's saying that, yeah, my relationship with China is really good. So he's towing this line where he thinks he can... he's basically trying to be Australia. Or Australia from like 5 years ago. I wonder how long that's going to last.
Money's actually pretty good.
What do you mean?
You can do stuff with it.
Yeah, or you can buy Twitter and make sure the public opinion never goes against you.
Yeah. But if he's doing that for the benefit of normalizing relations with China and the US...
He's not doing to normalize anything. He's doing it to have like investments in America and China.
But if that's the flow-on effect, not bad.
The other thing is, I don't think there's any other country that can effectively produce Tesla at the rate as China can. So I think there's like a business consideration over there too. Plus, China loves it because they want to eventually make their own version of Tesla, you know. So they're basically acquiring, and Elon Musk is happy to do that because he thinks he'll have like a head start by the time they get there.
Is it a very dangerous game, or is it just kind of what people have with billionaires have been doing?
No, it's a dangerous game because he's actually posing himself. First of all, he's not even American.
Yeah. He's a citizen now, right? Obviously,
he's a citizen now, but he's telling the American government that I am your guy. I am your power. When you talk about like our billionaires are better than yours, I'm that guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
And the American government so far has been like, yeah, that sounds good because NASA was spending a lot of money for fuck all projects and you've managed to reduce the cost. So we're going to give you like, basically you can command Space Force and you'll be Steve Carell.
Is it bad or good? I don't know anymore. I can't decide.
I don't know.
Your thing's fucked, boss. Fuck, we nearly got through one. What was it? You what?
Does it work?
Yeah.
I like what Musk is doing.
Yeah, I kind of...
I think very ambitious. I think he is trying to...
There's worse fucking billionaires. You know, like, it's like, Jesus, like, it's got to be him and the guy who
like
buys
Martha
up rain...
Stewart, Oprah?
Exactly.
Because this is the whole thing. I think that he might actually be able to turn the Republican Party into some semblance of an environmental force.
Jesus, that's really...
Well, if he's doing that for that reason, and he's saying to them,
I think that could be the reason.
Every other digital media outlet is penalising you.
I've got another theory about that actually. So I think Musk was very left wing, and he was. If you look at his interviews from like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he's like, he wouldn't even. He's very Democrat, and in fact, like he's kind of a greenie. He started a company to solve climate change, but then he married Grimes. And Grimes is basically like a
straight
communist.
Really?
And she is she's like, full fuck you, I'm a Marxist kind of person. And then he spent enough time with her and he hated that. That made him into a Republican.
Shit.
So I have a thing that he doesn't even give a fuck about climate change anymore.
Shit.
He's like,
I've got getting back at his ex. That's all he cares
I think that's it. Because you look at his transformation. He has moved towards the right in the last 2 to 3 years.
But how
and it
has
has
he?
coincided with him marrying Grimes.
Yeah, but how has he?
He's constantly talking about like, the Hunter Biden. Today he was saying like
he doesn't like Biden. But I mean,
the guy who represents the center left or like the moderates in the
really.
US.
I mean, he's kind of like even.
Hey, it's a theory. It's not a law.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Hypothesis.
I think that's a stretch, man. But it's a possibility. Fuck, it's a possibility. Like, you'd never know what he's thinking. You can't get anything out of him in an interview. It's just like...
Dude, he's talking about like how taxing the rich is kind of bullshit. He didn't say
Right.
that shit 5 years ago.
Yeah, true. I mean,
He would be like,
but also money kind of corrupts too, right? He's probably at a point where he's
he
just
was
like,
rich then too. He
Yeah.
wasn't as rich. I'm telling you, man. He got
Yeah,
into
it's
he wanted to like enter into that Hollywood social circle, and he was being like, and he genuinely did believe in left wing values.
Yeah.
Then he started dating Amber Heard, and he was like, she fucking sucks.
Grimes, not
and
Amber
then he
Heard.
started. No,
But
was
did he
dating-
say anything
Oh,
about
he-
dating Amber Heard? or
I
no?
didn't know.
And then he started like he married Grimes.
Yes, sorry,
And
yeah,
Grimes is like Antifa.
Yeah, commie.
She's Antifa. And so he looked at her and was like, fuck that. George Bush seems a lot cooler now.
Yeah.
George.
Well, he always did.
A chilling tale of things to come.
Chilling tale of things to come. Also, just FYI, George Bush can trace his lineage back to those elite Venetian banking families. Just so you know.
Just dropping that in there.
Just dropping
Well, so is like. all
Wait,
the
you saying he's
English.
Italian? You gonna say he's Catholic next? You crazy or what?
Is he Catholic? I don't know.
No, he's not Catholic.
All right,
Probably
well,
is.
there
He's
you
a
go.
good Protestant boy. Exactly what America needs.
What is that accent? It's a world man.
He's a man.
Pepsi man.
Pepsi man. I'm just saying. George Bush is
He's
not
Protestant.
Catholic.
He's Protestant.
Yeah, but why does that disprove his genetics?
Well, you're saying he's from fucking Italy. He's not.
Yeah, he himself
Down the line.
Nah, even
is
down
from
the line.
America. Yeah.
Look,
So down the
everyone
line
bad.
is
Look,
not
you,
huge.
look, everyone bad now is Venetian. That's basically it, right?
That's how it works. And
Yeah.
Elon Musk isn't Venetian, and therefore he's okay in my book.
He's South African. But
Maybe he is then. Fuck.
what do you think about this criticism that a lot of these anti-Elon people are saying? He grew up in apartheid South Africa. He hates black people.
Can I tell you? I
very
have
fair
a
criticism.
response to that. It's a pretty funny meme someone sent me, and it was like, I can't believe people are overlooking this proud moment of the proud moment and achievement of this proud African American.
That's kind of funny, huh? It's true. It's true.
It took me a second to get it. I'm like, yeah, well, he is an African American.
Did you know that, Miss Love, did you ever watch that Joe Rogan podcast where a Twitter executive, who is the head of basically deciding which tweet gets deleted because it's against the rules?
Nah.
Compliance officer or whatever?
Nah,
She was on Joe Rogan.
Right.
And she was basically like gaslighting everyone, just be like, you guys don't like Twitter because you're kind of racist.
Right. The
And,
classic. The classic.
Anyways, apparently in a meeting, she's an executive of Twitter, and she started crying when she found out that Elon took over. And she stormed out of the meeting.
Trigger.
He's worth every
And
penny of that 45 billion.
and so
So much money.
What's Sagar from
Crystal and Thieger.
yeah, Christian Sagar from the Rising or whatever. He tweeted after hearing that, this is the same girl that gaslighted the entire world into making them feel bad about all the ills. I'm glad she's crying. And she also suppressed the Hunter Biden story, which was pertinent information during an election. And Elon replies to that, saying, like, very good point. That's pretty ridiculous. and everyone started, like, all of these anti-Elon started saying, like, is this how you plan on managing this company? Openly ridiculing your employees and executives on TV? How do you think she feels when she read that? Not good, I imagine. I don't know. I don't need an opinion. There's just some drama.
I just really don't know why you would want to be the head of that.
Dude, she earned $16 million
Dang.
to decide whether, like, what's his name? Saigon. What was this?
Target of a car.
Saigon Akash is like a bit too much or slightly much. Like, and $16 million. Yes, block.
Yeah, but still, I seen her face. I didn't actually watch what she was saying, and I was like, that is a woman that looks sicker than Megan Fox.
She's annoying, dude. She didn't accept the bias that they possess.
No, of course it didn't. But what I'm saying is, I think that if you worked at Twitter, whatever you are getting, even if it's $60 million, is too little. Don't you think that that would be the definition of a quote-unquote toxic environment to be working in? Can you imagine how scared everyone is to say anything in Twitter?
I can imagine.
and you could see
All the social medias.
precious she was with her language when she was speaking. She was terrified of saying anything.
So
Oh, in the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
She wasn't. You know what she was doing, which was annoying. She wasn't even afraid of saying it. She was sitting there and constantly thinking, "Why do I have to justify this to a bunch of racists?"
Right.
That's what she was thinking the entire time, which made it
You
sad.
went on the podcast
Because her fucking
with Tim Pool.
Really?
You're like the CFO of Twitter or something, aren't you?
yeah, because
Is that what happened?
The CEO probably
He's
asked.
sparring with some YouTuber that wears a beanie and freaks out when someone takes it off at a festival. We know you're bald. Tim,
I love that footage.
Tim, you're not hiding. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's so good.
It's amazing. His brain just malfunctions. You see his eyes moving around like it's that chicken for those old Central Coast chicken ads advertising insane drumstick prices. There was no difference between the two.
So good.
It was great. I think that there's nothing. Okay, he might have owned her in that debate.
Did he?
It doesn't really compensate for your face. when
Going-
someone took the-
To be fair, he did not own her at all.
Really?
Because this is how it goes on.
So good.
You have to see that footage, Ali.
This is that debate in a nutshell. Tim Pool goes, "Okay, I've got so much to say," and Joe Rogan's like, "All right, Tim, but what do you have to say? You are biased, and I can say that you're biased because you take down all the right wingers, but you don't take down all the left wingers." And she's like, "We take down everyone that is harassing, bullying someone specifically." He goes like, "That's not true." Anyways, I'm out of ideas now.
Oh, really?
That was literally the entire debate.
Oh my god, I forgot that he was de-beanied by a fellow bald man with a beanie. So,
That's so funny. That's so funny. But the audience
see,
can't
I mean,
see
how
this.
much more angry is he at that man than the CEO of Twitter? Look at that. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Exposed.
Why are you watching this podcast? That's where the action is.
Revealed.
That's so funny.
Very clever disguise. Fuck.
I wish
The man taking the beanie off his face is priceless in slow motion. It's that.
Why are they debating in a park, too? What is that? Just like freedom speech day?
I don't
or some
know.
shit?
All of them do that. They always
It's
have
so-
red text at the bottom, and then they go to
So
protest.
weird. Oh, yeah, to debate the ideas. So that's the best place to debate the ideas.
Yeah,
like a
people
fist
that
fight,
have
a fist
so
fight.
little to do that they can go and protest on a Tuesday. I'm sure that's the best spokesperson for your cause.
Exactly, like true philosophers.
Taking their ideas to the streets.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're out of time.
Well, that was great. I think we all learned a lot this podcast.
Where
have a
that
feeling
forest,
we did.
that Forest Hall merch is available if you
At
DM
your
me
DMs.
personally.
At your
Forest Hall
DMs.
merch
If you
is
want to
available
date
nowhere.
Miss Love or get one of his patented shirts, you know where to go.
And there's very limited shirts, so getting quick.
Yeah, and he's got limited time as well, ladies. So make sure that you get in line.
And where can they get it from?
My personal or my band Instagram, just DM me.
One shirt.
In the future,
Are you selling mushrooms or shirts?
Yeah.
in the future, when Ali helps me out and does our little not hand fucking doing them, like screening them in something, they'll be available more so from my Bandcamp. Ding.
What a guarantee. You want my advice on how to really increase your revenue streams, Miss?
Tell me.
Just start selling mushrooms. You have the same distribution network.
Well, I mean, who says I'm not already, right? It's expanding the business. I'm expanding.
Right, like all celebrities into merchandise and supplements.
Exactly.
I would love a patented health pill from Miss Love. And it's just a mini steak and kidney pie ground into a little
It'd
capsule.
just be stag chili, sorry.
Stag chili chucked into a pill.
Yeah, if I could do that, minimize it, shit, you'd all be having that too.
Please set that up.
Mini meals.
Filled with vitamin B12, maybe.
All right, ended.
Bye.